Hi everybody, it's Alex Fournier for alexfournierart.com and Artistic Purposes. Today we're going to be tackling one of my favorite subjects to do in charcoal, and that's drawing hair. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with a reference where actually I've worked with this model before. She works with Life Drawing Barcelona, and I'll leave her Instagram account in the description. Also a special shout out to Life Drawing Barcelona and Bennett, who runs that. I've done a ton of sessions online with them over the last couple of years, and this last year I actually got a chance to travel to Barcelona and draw with them in person, and I actually did a class. Here's a photo of some of the members of the class, and I got to draw with them. We got a big party, I got to see a little bit of Spain, and I got to work with this model for the class. Alright, let's get back to hair. Today we're using a compressed charcoal stick. This one is General's 2B, and I'm working on newsprint. A lot of the mark making techniques I use with a compressed charcoal stick are totally different than how you would write with a pencil. Okay, I'm going to be holding it sideways, and I'm going to be dragging up to make lines. I'm going to set it down to make lines. I'm going to drag it. I'm going to turn it, right? Alright, so in this reference here, there's a nice profile shot. I'm going to try to do it pretty loose, because what we're really trying to do is hair. Okay, so on a profile, a lot of times, I'm actually going to start with the eye here, and I'm going to try to kind of just map it out from there. And in this case, okay, and you notice the lips, most of the time from profile, it's like a staircase. So it goes nose, upper lip, lower lip, then chin, in that order. Leave that for now. Okay, let's go up to above her eye. All right. Okay, and I've noticed something on the eyebrow here in profile. A lot of times it's actually like this kind of motion rather than trying to draw it here. So in this case, I just try like that, and then I fill it in after I put the initial stroke out there. All right, so in this case, because the bangs are kind of coming to the side, I'm going to be able to use that to help me map out the anatomy here of the face. Okay, couple strokes with the side of the charcoal. Okay, now I'm going to actually refine this a little. I think I'm maybe a little too far out with the lips. Okay, so I've just refined that. The important thing with drawing is whenever you realize something's wrong, there's no benefit to continuing on the wrong path unless maybe it's a commission and you're almost done and you just need to get paid. But if you're practicing, there's no reason to try to cheat and know that it's not working. Doesn't mean you always have to fix it. It just means you have to be aware of it. And when possible, you can fix it. All right, so we have a little more of the features here. And okay, so now obviously this is not the back of her head. That was just the beginning of a circle here. So we know it's going to be somewhere back here. But what I do when we're drawing hair is I'm going to map it out by looking where kind of tracking along where her hair is. Okay, and I do have this kind of fun curl going here. And this doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going to help start to tell the story of where this hair goes. Okay. In this case is kind of fun. We're going to actually get to do what's fun with hair is the changing directions and patterns based on the hairstyle. So that should be something to look forward to here. Okay, we're mapping this out. And there's no reason we have to do it in one stroke. We just work our way over. We can see that this hair coming down is kind of going at an angle. We can see that this is maybe like 2/3 and 1/3. Okay, we can see that this hair is starting to change direction. Okay, based on the hairstyle. Okay, and we have maybe somewhere here. And you can see I'm doing the contours kind of like building up negative space here. I might not even have to fill all this in, even though her hair is darker. There's no reason in terms of a sketch where we can't leave some to the imagination, right? All right, so we actually have a change of direction in the hair here. And you'll see how I've implied like a whole bunch of information just by doing the core shadow that comes around right there, right? Okay. You see how we build up these dark little sections as a way to fill out kind of the three-dimensionality of the head. Okay, and it also helps tell us what part of hair is above one other section and which one's below, right? And so in this case, I'm showing this hair is running lower than the other section. Okay. And when I want this subtle line where the hair is meeting together, kind of on the part, I can actually set the charcoal down and not drag it very, very hard, and I can make a line. Okay, a lot of times to make this part look like the hair is coming up, the trick is to not color all the way to the part, the line that's representing the beginning of the part, and leave a highlight there, right? So you see we have a highlight, it darkens into a core shadow, right? So that's a trick there with charcoal. Okay. All right, so let's try to give some more fullness to this hair. Okay, so all we're doing there is making sure that some hair looks like it's on top of other hair. Some's puffing out and some's staying in. Okay. All right, let's finish where her neck goes. Okay. Pretty cute pose, and let's get a little more of those. Okay. All right, so do you see how, let me fill this in. Okay, so do you see there's this highlight right here, okay? And right here, we have the hair turning around based on this style. And what I'm gonna do, give a little depth to it by just adding a few sections that pop through. Okay. Okay, the other thing that makes some of this hair stick out is to not color all the way to the edge here, but to fill in the area before the edge. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I like that. Okay. Okay, let's do just a little bit of turning edge to give some three-dimensionality to shoulder. Okay. All right, and so we can leave a fair amount to the imagination here. We don't have to get it all. Okay, if we wanted to add any extra little highlights here and there, you can take out your kneaded eraser and pull back just little highlights out of it. All right, let's try another reference here. Okay, another profile. This one's going the other way. I'll try to do it a little smaller if I can. I usually let it get out of hand here. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna try to go a lot less detailed with this one. He says, I'll believe it when I see it. All right, so we've got the beginning of the profile here. Of course, we'll run it right into the other drawing as predicted. All right, so let's try to work on where this part goes. A lot of times this distance from the edge of the eye to either like a sideburn or something like that, that's a really helpful section. You can get a lot of information from there. And cheat on the not making the hair go down quite as far so that I don't block the view of the chin. Okay, this hair is kind of leading into the ear. Okay, so I oftentimes will just draw the shapes of the ear right away. And I'll just do them with shadow shapes, basically. So I draw where the shapes are going to get filled in. Okay. All right, so that's a good start. So we've got the hair is coming back behind the ear. Okay, and looks like I have to get this angle a little higher. And we're going to have kind of hair coming out of there. And let's use it more like a rhythm here. So I might exaggerate this a little. Okay. And there's hair behind the ear. Okay, look at this trick. So, okay, do you see that? So, what I'm trying to do is find where is that, kind of like a core shadow almost. And that usually kind of starts me off on the shading, okay? Okay, and let's start to deal with a little more detail here. Mainly the goal is not to draw every hair, but it's to set up the relationship of where it's leading, what's on top of what. Okay, so we got some hair going there. And right here, it's important to usually draw some of these shadow shapes so they don't get too out of hand. Okay, in this case, we have the hair behind the ear, and then get a little bit of the hair, get some highlights, right? So right here, okay, all right, over here, I'm doing that little bit of shadow here that helps it look like it's coming out. Okay, and you see these kind of strokes also can add a real billowy, fluffy kind of look. And because we have this kind of a shape, it helps lend itself to that. Okay, can we do it? Can we do it? Okay, do you see those kind of big strokes? And then I'm kind of stylizing it a little bit myself here. But basically this goes out, then this comes in, right? Okay. And some of that darkness we could probably leave, leave to the imagination where it actually goes. And in this case, let me try to do this necklace. Okay. Not too bad. Let's define the bottom of her nose a little better. And okay, and let's define a little turning edge here under the chin, maybe a little too much. Okay, and right now I'm trying to get this border a little more defined. Only here and no further. Mr. Shadow. Okay. I'm going to do some turning edge there. And we can darken the part that leads there behind the ear. All right. All right, let's jump into another reference here. What other kind of hair can we do? The part that leads there behind the ear. All right. All right, let's jump into another reference here. What other kind of hair can we do? Okay, can I do this one? Let's do it right here, actually. Okay, try to keep it small. All right, let's try to pretend that I don't have a million years to do this. Because what's fun about this is in a life drawing situation where it's live, could you do some of these techniques quickly and really be able to have someone's hair really come to life. I'm going to cheat by doing, well, not cheat, but use the shortcut here. Okay, you see the forms coming together. Make it three-dimensional around the skull. Okay, let's say we have the neck here. Okay. Okay, so once you're kind of filling in some of these braids, really the trick is partly kind of where the shadows are, right? One goes up, one goes down. You know, there's a highlight, a little bit of the line of the hair. Okay, almost like lattice work, right? It's going back and forth. All right, so I'm going to try to darken this side of the face. Okay. And this will be fun. I'll try to do some negative space hairs under here. Okay, and the turning edge over here is very important. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's finish this braid. Okay, let's do okay, so it probably goes a little higher. I'm just trying to not draw over the other drawing, but maybe up there. All right, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, go to my website, alexfournierart.com. Look out for more content, and feel free to leave any comments if you have ideas of what kind of subject matter might be fun to tackle. All right, have a great day.